Getting the day, peoples. It's one angry pagan here. Right, I was again going to do EnviroVid today on another part of the British Ecological Society's natural-based solutions thing. I may still do that today, but I was watching PMQs, and at the end, someone brings up a devolution, talking about a devolution settlement for Cornwall, because I Lib Dem MP, and Starmer responds with, "Yeah, that's great. We've already instituted we've already settled. We've now settled the deal with Devon and Torbay for their devolution settlement." I didn't know about that. This was kept quiet. So I've just gone and had a look. Now this is interesting, right? Because the policy paper, that when you go looking for it on gov.uk, which I'll put the link to in the description, this was published on the 25th of January under the Sunak Conservative government. It says here this was published under the 2022 to 2024 Sunak Conservative government. But what you have to take into consideration is the councils they're working with. I mean, yeah, Torbay was Tory at the time, but like Starmer's just said that the deal's just recently been done, which means that they've had a few months with talking to Lib Dem MPs here in Torbay and Labour MPs in Devon County Council. So yeah, it's a bit different. But so even though it says this was published under 2022-2024 Sunak Conservative government, do take that into consideration. So yeah, we're gonna read this out. I know this is fairly long. I think I don't know if we're gonna do this whole thing in one video. We'll certainly go over the introduction, I think. So let's have a look at this. The Devon and Torbay devolution deal. Introductions. Number 1. Devon and Torbay is a special place with enormous potential in its businesses, people and places. That is definitely true. In encapsulating the majority of the ceremonial county of Devon. Yeah. Like, you look at that little boot section of like the little toe section of the boot of Great Britain, right? That's the southwest, right? Cornwall makes a tiny little sliver. Devon, and then you've got Somerset, Dorset, and Avon. And Devon's like fat boy of the southwest, and even then, like the majority of the central Devon is made up by Dartmoor. And another thing to understand about Devon and southwest in general, is that the south coast is more more densely populated than the north coast. So down there on the south coast, we've got. I mean, okay, technically Exeter's the not technically on the south coast because it's technically kind of inland, but it's more south and east of in Devon rather than North Devon. So you got Exeter, you've got Teignmouth. People, anyone who's a fan of Muse will have heard of Teignmouth. That's just up the road from me. Train tracks anyway. You know, Torbay, where I am, Peyton Zoo, you've got Torquay Hospital here. You know, Bicton College on the other side of Exeter, down in Exmouth. Several military bases. You've got Plymouth. Everyone knows Plymouth. Dartmouth. Now, that's not exactly highly populated, but everyone knows Dartmouth. Totnes, now, Anne Widdecombe, I think, is from Totnes. Or at least I think she represented Totnes, and that is about half an hour that way. But North Devon isn't as... I mean, I'd go back to South Devon a second. Like, those few, in between those few names that I just mentioned, is many other names of many other villages and towns between them. Whereas on the north coast, whilst there's, don't get me wrong, you've got like Ilfracombe, you've got Barnstable and Bude, and Bedford, but it's not. They're really like our family live up in Barnstable, and it's people think, even like from up country, right? People look at Torbay, where I am, and think it's a quiet place. Even in Torbay, like as someone who lives in Torbay, when I go up to somewhere like Barnstable on the north coast of Devon, that place is quiet. And people from up north, like up north, like London and Birmingham and like up north, they think that like all of Devon is like, even Torbay is pretty chill, right? I mean, we've got two big cities in the southwest. You've got, I mean, okay, three if you count Bristol, but like in southwest proper, you've got Plymouth and you've got Exeter, where I'm from, and that's it. Just to give you guys a bit of a feeling of what it's like down here. So yeah, back to this. Located within the heart of the southwest, the area's rich history. Yes, it fucking does. In Dartmoor, there are at least 7 stone circles. Culture, dynamic economy. Yeah, I mean, between Plymouth to here and Exeter, like the economy does different things, and it's really slow on the north coast. At least until you start getting up towards Western-super-Mare and Bristol. With a world-renowned food and drink sector, yeah, an increasing reputation as a centre for international environmental science, yes, that's definitely true. And with its stunning natural environment. Fucking right. It's weird for me when I hear from people up country who tell me that there's not enough green in this country, in England in particular. Forget Wales, Scotland and Northern Ireland, right? Just for a second. People keep telling me that England's not green. I'm in England. It's very, very green here. Like, Exeter, the capital of Devon, so to speak, is very green. Plymouth, not so much, but even then it's surrounded by green. Like, it's green everywhere down here. I don't know how bad. I mean, I have travelled up north before, and again, so just so everyone's aware, everywhere, including Portsmouth, is up north to me. All right. So yeah, deserved status as the destination of choice to visit. Or at least it was until the Tories fucked us with the pollution. To visit, learn, and invest. Yeah, we like Exeter Uni, Plymouth Uni. Like they're really good places to go. South Devon College, like that's a pretty decent place. Bicton College again on the other side of Exeter and Exmouth. Devon and Torbay has a long-standing entrepreneurial and trading history, from its wool merchants and guilds in the Middle Ages through to its maritime and fishing heritage along both its coastlines. Yeah, that's true. And even on the north coast, there is a rich fishing heritage. Today's excellence in defence and advanced manufacturing, photonics, and agritech. Agritech does not surprise me. Photonics? That's a new one on me. Hang on. Sorry if I sound stupid right now, but that word is actually lost on me. Branch of optics that involves the application of generation, detection, and manipulation of light in the form of photons through emission, transmission, modulation, signal processing, switching, amplification, and sensing. Photonics is closely related to quantum electronics. Okay. Okie dokie. Well, that's like great. I love R&D. Defense and advanced manufacturing. I mean, like, we've got Porton down here. From the English Riviera, where I am, the English Riviera, and we have a microclimate in Torbay, and I mean, right now it's pissing it down, but like when it's really sunny, it look like quite often it looks like somewhere that's like just off the coast of Spain or something. So it's rural market towns and Exeter, to North Devon's Atlantic coast. Yeah, North Atlantic and Irish Sea coast, technically. The area is typified by a sense of enterprise, innovation, and ambition, whether in meeting the demographic challenges of tomorrow. In Torbay, that's being a bit of a struggle, but hopefully this will help deal with that. Welcoming its 30 million visitors a year, or driving forward net zero opportunities through its leading universities and businesses. Now, I don't know yet on specific plans, like detailed plans for offshore wind farms around here. We should get some, because like we face, like if you take a look at a map of Devon, right, and you zoom in on Torbay, it kind of faces east, like the bay faces like east, and so like any north winds that come down the English Channel, westwards winds that come down English Channel come smashing straight into us. And I've seen plenty of wind farms and such going up around Devon, around Exeter and other parts of Devon when I've been out and about. So yeah. Anyway, number 2. The government has set itself a mission that by 2030, every part of England that wants a devolution deal will have a devolution deal with powers at or approaching the highest level of devolution, with a simplified long-term funding settlement. Now, I don't know if Labour, I'm pretty sure Labour's carried on with this. I think this is like something that Labour's been quite happy to go, yeah, we'll carry on with that. We'll even like go further with it. Pretty sure that's the case, but I'm not entirely sure. So if someone wants to back me up on that. The 2022 Levelling Up White Paper makes the clear case for devolution as the engine room of improved productivity and reduced regional disparities. I mean, it's one of those a few true things the Tories might have come out with. Devolution will be critical to delivering our 12 headline levelling up missions by strengthening local leadership to act more flexibly and innovatively to respond to local need, whether on transport, skills or regeneration. Well, I hope so. Like I said, Starmer said today that the deal's been recently done, which tells me that when the councils changed and when the government changed, some changes might have happened in the deal that hasn't been put up here yet. I haven't been able to find it. I did look before before recording, so I'll probably do a follow-up video specifically on when I found the the recent full details since Labour have come into power. Number 3. In the Levelling Up White Paper, the government published for the first time a devolution framework which set out a clear menu of options for places in England that wish to unlock benefits of devolution. This framework places a strong emphasis on the importance of high profile about low profile. This is not this is what I mean. I hope Labour and the newer progressive councils have modified this bit. Anyway, high profile, directly elected local leadership, strong local governance, and a joint working across sensible and coherent. Okay, this is not very well typed up. And joint working across sensible and coherent economical geographies. The most comprehensive package is a level 3 deal for areas with a single institution over a sensible geography, with the strongest and most accountable leadership. I mean, Devon's pretty varied. It's pretty hilly for a lot of Devon. And it's suspected that the meaning of where the word Devon comes from, the old Celtic tribe of the Dumnoni, means deep people with the deep valleys or deep hills. But yeah, okay. With strongest and most most accountable leadership, such as mayoral combined authority, MCA, or a mayoral combined county authority, and an MCCA, covering a functional economic area or the whole county geography with a directly elected mayor. The level 2 offer is for devolution to single local government institutions without a directly elected mayor, such as what we've got, such as combined authority or combined county authority covering a functional economic area or the whole county geography. The level 1 offer is for local authorities with looser joint working arrangements, such as joint committee model. Pretty sure level 2 is what we've got. This document sets out the terms for an agreement for a level 2 devolution deal between the government and Devon Council, which is located in Exeter, as well as the Exeter City Council. And will be known as Devon and Torbay, subject to the ratification of the deal by the councils and statutory requirements for making the secondary legislation implementing the deal, which sounds like, from what Starmer was saying today at PMQs, is what's just happened. This document describes both the offer of functions and funding from the government and reforms and measures that Devon and Torbay will need to deliver. The statutory requirements for implementing the deal include public consultation, the council's consenting to the secondary legislation implementing aspects of the deal, and Parliament approving it. I wonder. I don't know what Okay, once the legislation is approved and made, the devolution deal will be confirmed. So I think that Starmer confirmed it in PMQs today. So I think part 4 here has been done. 5, with a population of 953,000 residents and a GVA of over, I don't know what that is, of over £17 million, Devon and Torbay offers enormous potential. It has nearly 50,000 businesses providing around 473,000 jobs. It is a coherent economic area and has a number of significant sectors with potential for growth, including advanced manufacturing and engineering. I grew up around pretty smart people that were also my age. Now, don't get me wrong, there are also a lot of people that were just not smart. But I grew up around, for me, at school, I was in the top sets. And, even those classes still had 20, 30 kids in them. You know? So, and those were pretty clever people. A good number of them seems a lot smarter than me. Anyway, it's okay. Manufacturing environmental technologies. Again, that doesn't surprise me considering how green this area is. It's like Scotland. Data and clean industries. Oh, and we have the Met Office in Exeter. Digital business, electronic and photonics activity, health and pharmaceutical manufacture and wider defence industries, as well as traditional strengths in areas such as tourism, agri-tech and food production. The area of Devon and Torbay benefits from encapsulating a broad... It's really weird that Torbay is... awesome. I don't understand why it's not just... I mean, don't get me wrong. Being someone who lives in Torbay, I'm glad it's highlighted, but it's just a part of Devon. What? Fine. Okay. Anyway, because I've just read on slightly, and you'll understand why that confuses me, right? So the area of Devon and Torbay benefits from encapsulating a broad and varied economic geography. Home to the city of Exeter. Exeter is fucking 26 miles northeast. What? And the towns of Torquay and Paignton, second of which I live in, right? So, what? Just say Devon. I mean, this sounds like it's excluding Plymouth, though. Which is, if it is, that's interesting, because Plymouth is in Devon. So I do wonder about that. Anyway, so I'll start again. So the area of Devon and Torbay benefits from encapsulating a broad and varied economic geography, home to the city of Exeter, with its knowledge-led and high-value economy, and the towns of Torquay and Paignton, which bring together high-value electronics and healthcare technologies with traditional strengths across the visitor economy. And you've also got to remember that Dartmoor also has the only temperate rainforest in Britain. Sorry, not temperate, subtropical rainforest in Britain. There are temperate rainforests, but subtropical? No. And it's shrinking. There's a lot of work trying to bring that back. Visitor economy, the area brings together a range of nationally significant businesses and assets from Harland and Wolff to the Met Office. It also benefits from 2 world-class universities, Exeter and Plymouth, and 4 nationally significant technical colleges. South Devon, Bicton, and probably one in Plymouth, and probably one in Exeter. My brain's gone blank for the other 2. Shit. Anyway, which provide research and training excellence. See, again, like, R&D has always been, to me, an important thing, even before I got into politics. This was what was impressed upon me when I was growing up in school. Like, the schools impressed upon me, upon us, me in particular, the importance of research and development. So, yeah. The area is also famous for its broader rural and coastal geography. Yeah. Farming and fishing. With the majority of its population living within the stunning Devon landscape, which incorporates 2 national parks, Dartmoor and Exmoor, and next door in Cornwall you got Bodmin Moor. So the 3, like in the southwest we got 3 moors, but in Devon alone you got Dartmoor, which is the big one, and makes up like the majority of Devon, and you got Exmoor, which straddles both Devon and Somerset across the north. Home to around 30% of the UK's dairy industry. Now, on one hand, that's like, wow. And on the other hand, that don't surprise me. With Brixham, that way, next town that way, being one of England's largest fishing ports by value of catch. Okay. And it's been hammered since Brexit. The county is famous as an agricultural and production hub. Yes, it is. We're known for being farmers down here. Anyway, number 7. But Devon and Torbay also faces challenges which impact productivity levels and the ability to grow. Yeah, like fucking Brexit! Nah! Productivity lags behind the UK average overall within the area, requiring a 30% increase to close the gap, and public spending per person in the southwest has historically trailed the rest of the UK. That is fucking damn true. A lot of increases a lot of people tell me about that we've had up north. We don't get down here. But at the same time we have a lot of green down here, so. Rural, urban and coastal areas of Devon and Torbay area suffer from nationally significant levels of poverty. Actually, yeah, like Torbay, Torquay, there are videos on YouTube of people who come to Torquay. I don't know about painting in particular, but they've come to Torquay, and there are areas like Smackett Alley in Torquay, and it's really rough. They've gone right downhill, even since I first moved down here from Exeter when I was 11. with parts of Torridge and northern Devon amongst the bottom 5 worst affected areas of England. So yeah, Torridge is like on the border with Cornwall. That's northwestern Devon. The and northern Devon bit that they're on about is what I was talking about earlier, being Barnstable, Bideford, Ilfracombe, etc. And West Devon and Torbay having the lowest and second lowest workplace-based wages of any authority in the country. Wow! I didn't know that. I mean, it kind of feels like that anyway, but I didn't know that it was the worst and second worst in the entire fucking country. Wow. Just goes to show how little they people pay attention to us country bumpkins down here. Social mobility and youth aspiration progression are particular areas of concern, with around 40% of all young people leaving the area due to a lack of available housing and attractive employment opportunities in many areas. This is incredibly true. Like, I'm having to live with my mum, which is why you saw me freeze just a second. She came in, despite the fact I've got a sign on my door saying recording. So I'm having to live with my mum at the moment because I can't find a place to rent by myself. I have looked. I looked when I was with my ex-missus. We looked, and she I managed to get her a place, and that wasn't even through official channels. That was from some guy come up to me in the middle of the street, and just the luck I have, that I can have just walking up the road and someone will chat to me and an opportunity will happen. But yeah, like, it's ridiculous. And yeah, a lot there are, like, when it comes to living in the towns, at least, a lot of young people, if they can, they do move to either Plymouth or Exeter or up north. Social mobility and youth aspiration and progression are particular areas of concern, with around 40% of all young people leaving the area due to lack. The area faces significant challenges with skills and educational performance, with pockets of nationally significant educational need and some of the lowest level 4 achievement rates in the country across its urban, rural and coastal areas. Now, this wasn't the same when I was growing up. We had damn good education when I was growing up, under the last Labour government. Number 8. Greater local powers are needed to level up, to tackle the challenges facing the Devon and Torbay area, to harness its huge economic opportunity for the benefit of the people of the area and for the whole of the UK. In recognition of this, the government has already invested £64.7 million through the Levelling Up Fund to the area, with local authorities across Devon and Torbay area having been allocated a 3-year total of £14.8 million UK Shared Prosperity Fund, including multiple program funding. I don't know about the veracity of that, because again, this was written on under the Tories, but even then, I don't think that's enough. So I hope that's been upped since Labour have come in. Number 9. The local authorities of Devon and Torbay with government have agreed a historic Level 2 devolution deal, which will provide powers and funding to enable Devon and Torbay to unleash its economic potential, and in doing so level up. raising living standards for all its communities and making a greater contribution to the UK economy. The Devon and Torbay devolution deal shows how levelling up can be done in practice, with a clear alignment to the 12 headline levelling up missions and long-term devolved funding underpinning it. Again, I don't know what, if anything's changed in terms of this under the new government and new councils. So yeah, if anyone has any links, because I couldn't find dick for because the only thing I've heard about it in terms of since Labour have come in is what Starmer said today at PMQs, and that was only a short response to a question about a request for it in Cornwall. So yeah, if anyone's got any more information, please let me know. But when I do find out more information, I will do a follow up for this. Okay, so last bit of the introduction, number 10. Government recognises that devolution is a journey, not a one-off event. This agreement is a first step in the process of further devolution. As institutions mature, they can gain greater responsibility, and Devon and Torbay will be able to deepen their devolution arrangements over time, subject to government agreement. The government will also continue to work with Devon and Torbay on important areas of public service reform and infrastructure investment to support inclusive economic growth in towns, cities and rural and coastal areas, while tackling the climate emergency on our journey to 2050. So, yeah, in essence, that's what it's about. Summary of the devolution deal between the government and local authorities within the Devon and Torbay area. How much of this is there? Okay, we'll do a bit more. We'll do the summary. We'll do the first bit of the summary. We'll do the summary, and then we'll finish this one. I'll have to do this in several bits, or like I said, I will put. Anyway, either way, I will put the link to this in the description. So, summary of the devolution deal between the government and local authorities within the Devon and Torbay area. The government and constituent councils are minded to agree a devolution deal which will provide the Devon and Torbay area with new powers and funding to increase opportunities and living standards through inclusive growth and productivity improvements. Devolution agreement is contingent upon the constituent councils proceeding through the steps necessary to meet governance criteria required for a level 2 devolution deal. A devolution agreement includes formation of Devon and Torbay Combined County Authority, so DTCCA, including the creation of a leaders group led by a nominated chair to provide overall vision and leadership to seek best value for taxpayers' money and will be accountable to local residents. I wonder if that's also going to be situated in Exeter. We'll see. Number 2, new powers to better shape local skills provisions to ensure these meet the needs of the local economy. This will include devolution of adult education functions, nice, and the core adult education budget. Again, nice. I'm liking this. And the opportunity to provide input into local skills improvement plans. Now, again, you've got to remember the bigger councils were Labour councils here down here. So, and now after the general election, there's more Labour and Lib Dems here than Tories. So, this looks good. So yeah, 16 million of new capital funding in this spending review period to support the delivery of local housing priorities, drive net zero ambitions, and support green skills, and accelerate wider low carbon business transition across Devon and Torbay area. This investment is subject to the agreement of the relevant business cases. I think it should be more, but you know. Greater collaboration between Devon and Torbay, the CCA, and Homes England to reduce the barriers to affordable housing delivery, and this was a regeneration and housing growth. This is one of Labour's big missions anyway, is housing, so I can see them continuing to carry on with that, modifying it going forward anyway, with particular focus on rural and coastal communities like mine. By combining skills and capacity, Devon and Torbay CCA and Homes England will DTCCA and Homes England will develop a shared development pipeline underpinned by a clear action plan and explore ways to support the delivery of that pipeline via current and future national housing programs. Devon and Torbay DTCCA, Devon and Torbay CCA, combined council authorities, have also secured an agreement from government to discuss recommendations from Devon Housing Commission. Nice. Again, like, I can see this being expanded on under more progressive councils / government. New powers to improve and better integrate local transport, including the ability to introduce bus franchising subject to approval from the Secretary of State for Transport and control of appropriate local transport functions, e.g. responsibility for an area-wide local transport plan. Right. I don't know about this bit because Labour are putting through this nationalisation sort of bus services and stuff. So I don't know about that. Subject to funding policy and delivery considerations at the next spending review, which will now be under Labour, UK Shared Prosperity Fund. Don't know what Labour are doing with that. Someone knows what Labour are doing with that, please let me know. Planning and delivery at strategic level from 25 to 26 will be under Labour, so I don't know how they're changing it, if they are. The integration of functions of the heart of the Southwest Local Enterprise Partnership held by Devon County Council, located in Exeter, and Torbay Council into the Devon and into the DTCCA, alongside the provision of a strong and independent local business voice which informs local decision making and strategic economic planning. And lastly, a clear role for Devon and Torbay in local resilience and civil contingency planning, preparation and delivery, which I hope includes sea level rise and climate change. More detail on these commitments is given in the main body of the document below. Once the CCA has been established, further devolved powers and consolidated funding may be agreed over time and included in future legislation. This will be subject to the area's status as a level 2 devolved area. Okay then. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so I think that'll do for this first video. Now, again, like, that all has to come under the caveat that this was originally written up, what I've just read out was originally written up under Sunak's government and was posted on the 25th of January this year. So, I don't know if and how anything has changed for the deal. I do know the deal has now gone through, but I don't know if anything has changed. And like in terms of this, UK Shared Prosperity Fund and such. I don't know what's going on with that. I will try and find out, and if anyone can help me on that, that'd be great. I may very well do more on this because it talks about different constituent parts of the deal. It talks about governments, levelling up white paper, integration, local enterprise, partnership, integration, finance and investment, governance, skills and education, skills and employment, career education and advice, employment, housing and land, work and holdings. So yeah, I think this might be a little series in of itself. Yeah, you know what? Devon and Torbay Devolution deal will be a little mini series on this channel all by itself. I think alongside the British Ecological Society stuff. Just take me to where I stopped there. So this will be an episode 1, I think, of the DTDD. 2 seconds. Badger. And as an end to the video, we have a badger. I mean, it's not a badger, I get that, but this is the hyper badger. This is Petra. This is the Muppet. Hello, Muppet. Oh. Hello, Muppet. Do you know Muppet? You up to Muppet? Got that Muppet. Good girl. Go on then. Andale. Andale, andale. Younger throw. Good girl. Right, guys. Like I said, this will be this is going to be the first episode. So again, I'll put the link to this in the description below. Please like, subscribe, comment. I very much value constructive comments, not the racist bollocks I've been getting over, and right-wing bollocks I've been getting over the past couple of months. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm quite buzzing about this one, and the fact that Starmer today has announced that like the deal's gone through. I'm very interested to see what the actual details of it are now, like since the deal's gone through. So I hope you like it. I hope you forgive me and have patience with me on getting other videos out. Still, I'm a little bit out of practice with getting my videos. I'm out of rhythm with getting my videos out, so I do apologise, guys. So, my shield at your backs, gold weird, and blessed or say, guys.